Hey Aerial Fam, this one is going to help you to go from being in the hoop to here. It is quite scary. I do find that with tricks in the hoop, it's easier to control. But once you move up, my greatest fear is I will fall off and hit myself really hard on the hoop. That's why today we're going to start from very basic, how to just get up there, how to sit up there and get back down safely. Could be a really nice first video if you're trying to start working on upper bar tricks. Standing up the hoop in a studio, you will definitely have space. I'm going to show you how to do that from here first. Grabbing the hoop and just leaning slightly back so I can find an opportunity to step my feet on the hoop. And then I can come here so I can grab the strap. I like to bring my body out, sitting my butt down so that I can roll myself up, all the way up and grab higher. If I were to add some spinning, grab the strap, bring the butt out and roll myself up. Now you can see I am spinning and standing. Ta-da! To come back down, you can reverse. Every time when you open and close your body, you can make the spin accelerate and slow down. It really helps me to keep my center so that it will keep spinning without wobbling all over the place. If your hoop is as low as mine, immediately just step my feet on it, grab the strap. Try to come up to a position where when I lift off my feet, my hoop is not swinging all over the place. So really try to find the spot underneath where you can just slowly lift. There's gonna be a little bit, but this will go away when you start spinning. And just use the hip movement to roll up and roll down. Now let's start spinning just from standing. All I'm doing is just leaning a little bit to create some momentum so that I can sit my hip down, bring my hip up, and to have a really nice spin to get started with. I think you're doing a really good job following. I'm gonna advance from here. See that my hip facing toward the strap? And the next thing that we're gonna do is to try to turn ourselves around like this. Let's come down to the ground to get used to what we're doing first. When I'm holding the strap on the hoop, it's kind of like I am hugging it, because even though I'm standing on my feet, my life is still depending on what I'm grabbing, because this is aerials and it's dangerous. So you can see when you're hugging the strap, automatically my body is very close to the center of the hoop. And if I make a turn, if I keep my armpit here, it's my safety point when I'm standing on the hoop that allows me to turn any direction I want while still keeping myself up there. Now back on the hoop to try what we just talked about. Now my body is very close to the hoop. The strap is under my armpit. And if I turn my feet to the other side, keep this arm close and squeeze it tight. If you let go, this is what's gonna happen. So keep this arm squeezed tight so I can rely on leaning here and grabbing my hoop when I turn around. And I can turn around again by doing this. So now let's try the other side. Again, remember squeezing the armpit, turning the feet. Everything should be very safe because you always know which point you're interacting with the hoop, and make sure you're staying close. before you get yourself so far from the ground. I feel much better being up there after I know how to use the sling. If you're trying with me, let's roll up to a pike and then put our feet up here. Straighten my right leg and hook it on the other side of the sling. And then I'm gonna bring my knees to my face, but then I'm gonna roll to the other side to come to this pose. I always think about which muscle I'm using and really tightening them to help to reduce the pain. This is one of them. So this time, I'm not going to a pike. I'm immediately bringing my feet to this strap and then use it to guide your body up. And then when my hip is very close to the upper bar, I'm bending my knees so that my thigh can be on the hoop and really tighten so that you can hang on the upper bar with your thighs. Being able to hang like this helps me to understand if anything goes wrong on the upper bar, I know I can come back down this way. The point of these two tricks is just to make yourself a little bit uncomfortable so you're comfortable with being on the top. So I'm just gonna bring myself up as close to the center as possible. And then also really just holding onto yourself and bring the other one up so that you can come to sitting. Make sure the hoop is 90 degrees with your leg. When you're comfortable, you can make more movement. There's one picture that I did inspire this video. It goes like this. I put my feet here, I think, something like this. And then bring my hands over for this pose. But my sling is not long enough, so I can't bring this arm over. And here is your sitting trick. To come back down from here, lean myself back so that I can slide my hands down. So I can come here and back here. If you're ready for the challenge, there are two bonus tricks I can show you. First one is getting to a Superman. You start with standing on the hoop, left leg going to the right side. I'm also bringing my hip as close to the point as possible and grabbing the hoop like this. So there's a space for me to turn my hip. Maybe a bit scary, but that's why you have a spot. And make sure the hoop is crossing. And now you're in the Superman pose. To come back down, just really feeling like folding the stomach down and while pointing the feet down. You can see I'm still grabbing to make sure I'm safe. Now from here, then I can slowly come back down. Second trick, we're gonna come back, sit on the hoop again. Remember, really have the strength on your hands. And then now we're gonna cross the legs, put one of the feet behind the hoop and cross in front. Really grabbing the hand as you're grabbing your ankle when you're going down to make sure your feet is stable. Make sure your leg is staying in place. Squeeze the core to come up. Step and release.